Hello friends, and welcome to this tutorial on how to set other details of a ledger. For that, first you will go on the Master's menu, go on Ledger Master and enter on Modify Ledger. As you press enter on Modify Ledger, then the window of ledger alteration will appear. Here you will select that ledger for which you want to set other details. Like we select Ahuja Medicine Center, then press enter and then enter on other details. Here in other details, the first option you see is note. Here basically you can set a note or message for your customer. Like suppose he's a good customer, so we provide him 5% discount or we provide him 10 plus 1 scheme. Means you can set any note or message for your customer. Suppose we define here discuss on scheme. So whenever we will create bill for this customer, so this note will be displayed to you. Now let's see how this note is displayed at the time of billing. First we'll save this by pressing enter and then press the escape key, and now we will generate sale bill for this customer. We select Ahuja Medicine Center's ledger, press enter. Then you will see the note that we set for the party, that is discuss on scheme, is showing here. In this way you can set any note for a particular party in other detail. So you can view the same note while creating bill of that particular party. So we will press the escape key to go on the main window. Next is item discount. Here the meaning of item discount is that suppose whenever this party, Ahuja Medicine Center, purchases any item from us, so we provide this customer 3% discount or 5% discount on that item. So whatever item discount you want to provide to this customer, so that item discount you can enter over here. Like we provide this party 5% discount, so we enter your 5. Similarly, we want to provide this party with 10 plus 1 scheme. So we will mention here 10 plus 1. So when we'll create sale bill for this party, and choose a product and enter the quantity, that is 10, press enter. So you will see that this party got one product free. Like as you can see, one is displayed below free. So again we go to other detail. Here in transport you will enter the name of that transport from where the goods are dispatched. Like we define here Jaipur Golden Transport. Press enter. After that is delivery by. You will define how are the goods being delivered here, like by what means or mode, like train, bus or by air. So howsoever the goods are being delivered, that you will mention here, like we mention here by train. Next comes bank name. Here we will define the name of that bank from where we receive payment of this customer. Like as we mentioned, Bank of Baroda. Here you feed the address of the bank. After this, the next field is new item. Here you can set yes or no accordingly. Suppose a new product has been launched in our company. So what we want is that when we do billing for some of our customers for the first time, so whichever items we have entered in new launch item, those items automatically gets added in that customer's bill. So if you want that the item which we entered in new launch items automatically gets loaded in this customer's bill, so you will select yes. And if you don't want to get any items loaded in his bill, then you will select no. Now we will select this yes. And if you want to know more about new item, then you can watch our tutorial new launch item. Here next is invoice format. Invoice format means bill format. You see the invoice format has been set to default. Default means if you want to keep the default standard format of Marg, then you select default. But if you want to create party-wise invoice format, then you can choose your select. Press enter. Then the next field is number. In Marg Software, there are two types of invoice format. One is 98 and the other is 99. Now suppose the invoice format that we have created for this party is 98. So we type here 98. As we type here 98, the three invoice format that we created in 98 will be displayed to us in this drop down list. As you can see here, V1, V2 and V3. Now from these three bill format, you will select that bill format in which you want to get the print for Ahuja Medical Center. Suppose we select here V3. So whenever we will get a bill print of Ahuja Medicine Center, so the Ahuja Medicine Center bill will print in this V3 invoice format itself. After this we have export format. Here we have four formats: Excel, Standard, Marg and Self. Suppose if this customer, that is Ahuja Medicine Center, uses Marg. So we set Marg in other details. And if he doesn't use Marg and uses some other software, so we will export to him in Excel format. And Standard, the use of Standard is for the standard companies like Ranbaxy, Cipla. So these companies have a standard bill format. So if we want to export in that standard format, so we will select Standard. Self. Now suppose I am using Marg and the other person is using XYZ software. My bill format and his will be different. In our bill format, there's item name, quantity, rack, rate, MRP and many more fields. But suppose in XYZ software, there are only three options available in bill format: item name, rate and VAT. Then by selecting self, we can design bill format according to his software format. After this, the next option is bank rebate. Generally, the bank rebate option is used when some firm dispatches certain goods via transport. So then that customer gets rebate on his payment basis. Like if he does payment in 10 days, so he gets a rebate of 3%. And similarly, if he does payment in 15 days, so he gets rebate of 5%. Means you can set your two conditions. After this you have credit days. It means for how many days can this party purchase items on credit. Suppose we give him 15 days credit. Means if this party doesn't do payment in 15 days, so interest will be charged on this party. So how much ever interest you want to charge, you can define here. Suppose if we set here that if this party doesn't do payment in 15 days, so the rate of interest that will be charged on him will be 20%. Next in items, the meaning of items here is that suppose we want that more than 5 items should not get added in this customer's bill. So for that we enter here 5. Now we will save these settings. For that we'll keep pressing enter. And generate a sale bill for this party. And now we will select your 5 items. Now as you go to select the 6th item, then the software will display you the alert message. Alert line limit 5, total line 5, accept yes or no. Means as you know that in other details we had set 5 items in items field. Means we cannot load more than 5 items in his bill. For now we will press the Y key to accept this. Then again let's go to other details. Now next field is minimum margin. Here we will select minimum how much margin should we get from this customer. Suppose we want that we should get minimum margin of 5%. So we will type here 5. Press enter. Next is sales rate. Sales rate means at what rate do you want to sell to this party? At A rate, B rate, C rate or D rate? We have different rates available over here and you have to specify that at which rate do you want to sell to this customer. Now suppose we have created 3 items where we have defined rate A, rate B and rate C. We have defined rate A for retailer, rate B for distributor and rate C for stockist. So this party for whom we are setting other details, if he is a retailer, so we will select here rate A. And if this party is a distributor, so we will select rate B. And if he is a stockist, then rate C. Now we will select A rate. If you want to add surcharge on this party, then that rate you will type here. Next you have excise. If you charge excise from this party, then here you will select yes. And if you don't charge excise from him, then you will select no. And if excise gets paid in tax itself, then you will select your P. For now, we'll keep this no. The next option is P badge, that is print badge. Means if you want that the product's badge gets printed in Ahuja Medicine Center's bill, then you will select your Y. And if you don't want it to get printed in his bill, then you will select no. Now the next option is breakage expiry rate. Means if the customer returns some goods due to breakage or expiry, so at what rate did we take return of those goods from the customer? At MRP or at default? MRP in the sense the MRP rate of the goods, and default means the rate at which you sold the goods to the customer. So you can select a rate from here. Besides it is discount. Means if you provide discount on taking return goods, then you will type the amount of discount. Else you will skip this field. Now suppose we do provide discount on breakage and expiry. So we will enter your discount rate. Suppose we enter your 3. Next is credit limit. Your credit limit means up till what amount this party can take goods from us on credit. Now suppose we set the credit limit for this party as 15,000. Means this party can take goods from us on credit up till the amount of 15,000 rupees only. Also you can specify credit limit according to number of days. Like for example, this party cannot exceed credit limit beyond 5 bills. So we will specify your 5. Similarly, you can also specify your days. Like for how many days you want to provide credit limit to this party. Like we define 10. Next you see you have 3 options. Only indicate, follow strictly and stop billing. Only indicate means when you will create bill of this party after his credit limit is over, so the software will only indicate you that the credit limit of this party is over. And if you want to continue his billing, then you will press on yes, else on no. Below this is follow strictly. Means the software won't allow you to create bill of this party after his credit limit is over. Next is stop billing. And if we set here stop billing, so the software will stop the billing of this party. Primary limit. Suppose we set the primary limit for this customer as 12,000. Means this party cannot buy more than 12,000 rupees goods from us on credit. But if such a problem arises with the customer that he says that he will do payment afterwards, so in that case you can exceed the limit little bit, like from 12,000 to 15,000. Similarly, if you want to set this limit bill wise, so you will specify here the number of bills beyond which he cannot purchase goods on credit. Suppose we want that after 5 bills, this party doesn't purchase any more goods from us. Similarly, you can also specify your days. Next is ledger type. Here basically you will feed the type of the customer this party is. A retailer, stockist, distributor or other. After this is rate plus minus percentage. Suppose if we want that when we do billing of this customer, so the software adds 5% in the actual amount. So we will define here 5. Means when the bill will be created of this party, then the software will add 5% in the actual amount. Similarly, if you want that the software subtracts 5% from the actual amount, so we will enter your minus 5. For now, we'll keep this plus 5. Next is type. In type, we will set that rate which we had set in sales rate. Now here in sales rate, we had set A rate. So here as well, we will set A. And if we would have selected B rate in sales rate, then here also we would select B. Here next is collection days. Means at what days can you take collection from this party. Suppose this party says that he can give collection only between Monday to Friday and not on Saturday, Sunday, because Saturday, Sunday is off. So what we do is, you will set no for those days on which this party doesn't provide collection. So we will set no for Saturday and Sunday. Next is collection day. Means on which all days can we take collection from this party. Now suppose this party has given us some days, like we can take collection from him in 15 days, 20 days and 25 days. Here next is margin. Now suppose if our MR, medical representative, goes to take collection from this party, that is from Ahuja Medicine Center. So the MR receives certain amount of margin in return. So that amount or that rate you will define here. Next is bill tagging. Here in bill tagging, you will select that time period in which we take collection from this party. Weekly, half month or monthly. Payment limit. Your payment limit means if this customer has given us a limit that he can do payment up till this much amount only. Now suppose this party said that he can do payment till 25,000 only and not beyond it. So we will define here the payment limit of this party of 25,000. And if you want to feed the payment limit of this party in percentage, then that percentage you can enter here. After this is hide. If you want to hide this party's ledger from the users, then you can select yes, else you can select no. Next is required growth. Here the meaning of required growth is, suppose we have 10 customers and we want to see what's the growth of those 10 customers. So that growth, it displays to you in percentage. And if you want to see the growth of a customer in number of days, then you will specify a number of days. Suppose we specify here 20. Then next is purchase under, where you have to select yes or no for local purchase. Like as you know that there are two types of purchase and sale, local and central. Now suppose I am in Delhi and if I do sale within Delhi, then that sale will be local sale. And if I do sale out of Delhi, like from Delhi to UP, Delhi to Maharashtra, so that sale will be central sale. And same for local purchase and central purchase. And similarly for sales under. And in party all, you will select whether he is a local customer or an outsider. So friends, in this way we learned how can we set other details of a party. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you.